I thought I'd give you a little tour of my holiday portable gear. Wendy, when she looks at the back of this equipment here, which is just in front of me, she always says, how can you end up with so many wires? Anyway, a couple of days ago I put the Expedition up. Now I don't like laying antennas on the ground, so I managed to find a chair, pulled all the sections out. As it turns out, I pulled one of the sections about, I'd say half an inch, 25 millimeters too far. I looked at the recording afterwards. It took me 12 minutes. I had to come down the stairs a couple of times, get the coax out and all that sort of stuff. I got all the elements up. Yeah, I mean, that was like 2-3 minutes. And then I'd already gauged where in the garden, or the backyard, whatever you want to call it, I should put this thing. When I came down to the radio here, I was getting infinite SWR. And the piece of coax, I was using 2 pieces of coax, right? I thought, well, if one fails, I've got the other one. And I just had enough to move the antenna to just above the patio here and no more, and stretch it. I had to literally move the amplifier from one side to the other just to get enough to work out which of the coaxes was faulted. And it was the one I had repaired just before we left. So anyway, so that was short coax. I got onto Martin Lynch. I said, Martin Lynch, do you have a nice piece of coax about 15 metres long? And they sold me the Messi and Poloni Tactical Solutions Potaflex in bright yellow. I paid full price for this. I didn't even ask the price. The invoice came, it was over £100. But anyway, it's actually really nice, and I might do a little video about that, just so you know what you're getting for your money. So then I managed to move the antenna to the other side, it's far enough away into the corner of the garden. So we've got about a 30-metre run. It's about 100 feet, right, of coax. I've put it up there so we could put an inverted L on it and bring the inverted L back down to near here. And then my SWR was fine. Let me just show you what we've got here then. From the front, we've got my holiday radio, as I call it. It's kind of my backup as well. The 590, it's an SG. And we're running a 12-volt amplifier here. I'll come on to where the power comes from in a minute. And that's just on a clickety-click. We do have a Pro 7 headset with us, if we can do some contesting or something. Wendy's old laptop running N1MM, and that's working fine. I'll tell you what though, I must have spent too long trying to get zero.com working so I can run ARCP, the Kenwood software, and N1MM together. Really, so I got a nice big frequency readout. Things, but it was kind of for streaming, really. If you're wondering what these things at the top here, that's the GPS controlled radio filter. No, it's not. That's off the RUT 950, which is an access point I got in the car. They're just there out the way at the minute, so ignore that. So that's easy from the front, right? We might have to get Django out of the way a little bit. Oh, it's Junior. Sorry, mate. And this is a 100 amp hour battery and the Victron Charger. Why? Because the linear amplifier can peak at like 70, 80 amps. And I'm not bringing a power, well, I don't own a power supply that'll do that. So the amplifier and the Victron is very cool. I'll come to that in a minute. Easy to deliver the power. So these are the big power leads here for the amplifier. You can see them coming in here, and then regular leads for the Kenwood. And then the other thing I forgot to pack was a USB lead. So that's like a printer lead thing. It's got a name, isn't it? But on Amazon, I was looking for one. I actually don't have a USB lead with ferrites at both ends. So this is a really small USB lead. And then, because I'm effectively a 12-volt station here, and I'm forever plugging stuff in, I brought the little 8-way or 10-way, and it's got a high-powered option at the back here. That is on the battery as well. So I can plug anything I want in, you charge stuff, drones, whatever else. Got a little Logitech camera as well. Again, that's plugged in to that. All this fits into this little green crate thing, apart from the radio itself. I put that behind the back seat. That goes in the trunk, the boot, whatever. And then the antennas and the coax and the radials and everything. That goes actually under a flap in a trunk. Something I wanted to show you about this Victron though, which is really cool, because it's a 30 amp power supply and it's a configurable charger, either for gel or I've got the fancy, whatever they're called, batteries there. Okay, so you can see it's just saying it's at 13.2 volts right now. Got a little graph of where it's at. It's on storage, and a history of what it's been doing. But if we look at the status, and I'll leave that there. Put the amplifier on now. You can see it's pulling. It's on about. It says it down there, but you can see the battery and the amplifier are sharing the load. So I'm drawing 9 amps off the Victron, and presumably about another 9 amps off the battery. So if we wind this up, and we'll go to AM power. Oh, power FM. Sorry. Let's go to 50 watts. 75. We should now see the Victron picking up some slack here, because this should be up at about 400 or 500 watts. Let's have a look. Send. Oh, look at that. Whoa, 700 watts. And what power was that? 75 watts. Send. Yeah, and then if we look at this, the Victron's pumping out 18 amps. Battery's probably doing about another 30 or 40 amps. I mean, by the way, this is just being ridiculous, all right? It's because I've got this. I don't know if I'd bring an amplifier on holiday normally, but I just like a bit of power. I find it a bit funny, you know. The Tokyo High Power HL700B is like rocking horse manure these days. Just quickly look, I'll come back to an idea, just look at the SWR curves, because we're all fascinated in SWR, apparently. Well, I kind of am, only because everybody else is, really. And we'll do the old 10 watt trick. 10 watts there. SWR is hardly measurable. 14, that's the same. 18, that's the same. 21, at 1.4. 12 meters, nothing. 10 meters, nothing. Showing you that because I make antennas, and I want you to have the confidence that if you bought one of these, it would work fine. So this is the Expedition. I was considering bringing what we call the Venture with us, but if it was just 100 watts, I wouldn't have had a problem with that. But I've got a transistor amplifier, and I wanted all bands, all perfect tune. So that's what we've done. I've got N1, M1 working. I can't get ARCP 590 working. I don't know what the hell's gone wrong. But I'll carry on plodding with that. I hope I have inspired you, all right? That you're not the only one to go away sometimes with too much gear, right? Or maybe I am the only one to go away with too much beer. I will see you next time. Bye for now.